G'day Weapons. Before we get started, a quick shout out to WA's premier regional running event, the Bunbury Three Waters Running Festival. Famous for its beautiful, flat and fast course, the Bunbury Three Waters Running Festival offers Indian Ocean views up Ocean Drive, dolphin spotting in Kumbana Bay, fast racing around Big Swamp, and the challenge of the infamous Bunbury Lighthouse, or as we like to call it, the Checkered Bastard. With distances from 5k to the marathon, it's the perfect event for everyone, whether you're a beginner looking for a friendly introduction to road racing or a seasoned runner chasing that elusive personal best. With personalised drink stations, on-course entertainment, and a finish line vibe that captures everything great about the regional WA running community, the Bunbury Three Waters Running Festival delivers an experience you'll remember long after your legs stop aching. So lace up, set your sights south, and make Bunbury your next race destination in April 2026. Find out more and enter now at runbunbury.com.au.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the WA Running Podcast as we record on Monday, the 16th of December 2025. In this week's episode, we chat to someone who I'd say arguably is our most avid WARP listener by a long mile. I was checking out their Instagram bio and it read 0-time NBA All-Star. And someone who is officially or unofficially a Jägermeister-sponsored athlete. We'll introduce him in just a sec. In local results, we had the Marathon Club Founders City Beach Christmas Cup down at Challenger Parade, along with some WA runners at Zatopek over the weekend. I don't think we've got Simon Says. I don't know. We'll see how we go as the episode continues, as well as our Weapons of Warp. For this week, across my screen is someone who I think he did 100Ks on the bike on Sunday. Chris, the Metronome Shaw, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, 100Ks on the bike. Not a fast clip, but just casual. Got to visit you guys down in City Beach when you were running laps around up and down the beach there, and yeah, just good to be at a Marathon Club event, but not running.
Very good, very good. And then across the other side of my screen is, so Vicky's typed a very comprehensive intro, so let me read this out, Ron Burgundy style, as Dan would say. So we're joined by arguably one of the nicest guys Vicky's ever met. If you need a favour, Bryan's your man. He also embodies consistency, resilience, and a very healthy dose of why not. He's also a pretty good runner himself. He's been on a daily run streak for over 12 months, and this year he went from barely swimming 100 metres in January to finishing his first Ironman at Busso a couple of weeks ago, as well as completing various other events along the way. He's been part of the Wolves Run Club since the group first began 18 months ago, playing a big part in contributing to the community. And along the way, he's tackled some tough trail events, including Point to Pinnacle and Backroads Gravel. And before his head swells any bigger than his computer screen, we'll stop it right there. And without further ado, welcome to the podcast, Bryan Bourke. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks for having me, guys. Long-time listener. Happy to be on. And yeah, what an introduction by yourself, Simon. Amazing. And Vicky as well.
I probably should have said Vicky did the intro. No, I'll take all the credit. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. How are you, mate? So it's been a couple of weeks since Ironman. So how's the mind pulled up post that endeavour?
What a day. 8 days out now, and body has finally recovered. Got through decent run on Saturday. It's still relatively hard. I'm not hitting any good pace, but feeling good, and my mind is good. Had a little bit of a cough afterwards, but yeah, we've overcome it all, and let's get into the next thing.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, well, let's go straight back to the very start. So tell us a little bit about your running journey. So where did it all start for you, and how did you get to where you are now, tackling Ironmans and hard shit?
I think it's probably a pretty common story for most people. Pretty average at sports. I played a bit of basketball and soccer. Always thought a couple of training sessions and a game a week are enough to keep me relatively fit. But I don't know, probably hit a turning point in 2021 where I would consider actually finding myself going for a run outside of team sports. That year, I just set a goal to run 1,000 Ks, which I thought was massive at the time. In the year, not in one go. Maybe that's the next thing. But yeah, I mean, compared to some of the stuff I'm doing now, like 1,000 Ks is it's substantial, but get there in a few months easy.
Yep.
And then end of that year, signed up for my first official race, which was the Freo Half. An event that was amazing, still holds a special place in my heart. Dipped off a little bit in the running the next couple years, was still doing maybe a couple of 5Ks a week before signing up for Perth Marathon in 2023. Not really following any sort of plan for that, just getting it done. Thought that would be the one and done, but then the uncle decided to sign up for Sydney for his 50th the following year. So I thought, may as well just keep the ball rolling and get into a training plan and see how we go. And that ended up being probably the catalyst and led to a ripple effect to signing up for all these other things.
Yeah, beautiful. So I guess, what started as, a goal of 1,000 Ks in a given year snowballed into, bigger and better things and more difficult things. Do you find that the challenge of something hard or something that you've never done before as that big motivator for you to keep pushing on to the next goal after the next?
Yeah, I think definitely, just changing the mindset from saying, I'll never be able to do that to actually figuring out the process to take baby steps and actually get to the top of it. It's pretty good to do something like that and just get out of your comfort zone entirely.
Yeah, beautiful. So you run with a couple of different groups, ranging from the Bulls Running Club through to pub runners. Can you tell us a bit about each of those groups and how they fit into your training or in your training week, and why those communities are such an important part of your running life?
Yeah, of course. So they actually fit really well into my training weeks when I am following a program. So pub runs on Mondays and Wolves is on a Saturday. They're normally like a lighter volume recovery sort of day before you get into intervals on a Tuesday or a long run on a Sunday. Pub run were my OG, like my first running group that I started going to. Got invited by a mate from Geraldton who saw that I was doing a few small runs around the place. So they're an awesome bunch. They meet at seasonal every Monday at 6 p.m, very consistent. They've got walkers, runners, you can go out for whatever distance you want, at whatever pace. You can walk your dog. You don't even have to walk. You can stay at the pub and have a beer. I think at the time I was probably more enjoying having the beer at the end. But nowadays I'd probably do the 5K, have a kombucha and go home. But that group definitely taught me not to make assumptions about anyone. Like the pedigree of ultra runners there is insane. Like I'd rock up after doing a 10K on the weekend and they'd be saying, "Oh mate, that 100 miler, how about that?" And it's like, what the hell, you guys are insane. So that's probably planted a couple of seeds for some of the bigger runs now, I suppose. Like just surround yourself with those people and it's bound to happen.
Yeah. And what about the Wolves? So you've been a Wolves Running Club member since day one. Like how did you become part of the Wolves, whether it's your connection to Keith or the group in general? And, I know from a Wolves Run Club point of view, it's centered around mental health. So how has that been a huge part of your running life as well?
There's no better feeling or way to like clear your mind than to go for a run. How I got started with Wolves is a similar story. I'd known Curtis, one of the co-founders, through some mutual friends. He said that he was starting something up, a little bit different, real community vibed group. With the mental health focus. something pretty important to me. Like I know few people that have battled with depression and anxiety. So, if I could just go down and have a chat to someone who needed help, I'd be stoked to do that. Went down on day one. I think I had to get up at about 5 and travel to Leighton, which, after a few weeks of that, I was like, do I want to keep doing this? But, just the guys that were down there, just the best community, and I don't miss it at all now. If I was away, I would miss it, but I don't miss a week now, or try not to. I get there any chance I can, and it's the best way to start a weekend. Like, do the run, have a chat with your mates and a coffee, and then still got the whole weekend ahead of you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot to run too along the beach. It's maybe slightly different from Eoin, which I know is probably also close to your heart.
Oh mate, Eoin's the best. It's Perth's best kept secret in terms of running. But happy to keep it that way. Lake Munger's close by, and I know that's a popular spot. So, But if anyone ever wants something new, come to Eoin. It's amazing. Just don't take any of my local legends. I'm quite big on that.
Yeah. Awesome stuff, mate. Just touching on what you said before about like setting a goal and then breaking down how to do that. So you've got a run streak now, which I think is well over 12 months. Was that something that you had kind of set off to do, or is it just a coincidence of now kind of setting all these other goals, and now you suddenly find yourself addicted to, or not addicted, but dedicated to maintaining a run streak?
Yeah, I think once you let it get so high, like you'd be sad to see it go. There probably is an element of addiction to it. I think it first started, I just wanted to go from halfway through November to ending out the year running every day. So that got me to about 40 easily. Then I think I was just chatting to Andy Carrington one day after Wolves. He said his longest was about 75. So I was going to try and see if I could beat that. I got there, and it's like, all right, well, let's get it to 100. And then, I think I discovered Max Jolliffe, the Californian ultra runner, on social media, and he was at like 1200. But he was just doing a mile a day. But even after, he's doing 200-mile runs. So if he could do a run after stuff like that, like I had no excuse. So happy to keep it going.
For sure. So, I mean, what would you consider the absolute minimum to maintain the streak?
Well, I'll go off his record and say a mile, but I think I'm trying to keep it about 3, just to one up him.
Yeah, of course. Got to have something over the top of him.
Yeah.
No, good stuff. And have there been any moments where maybe you've been super busy, or work's been hectic, and you've maybe forgotten about until like 11:30 at night?
Nah, never got to 11:30, but yeah, like you said, life happens, and you find yourself getting home from work a little bit later, or you've forgotten about a social commitment. So have found myself at Eoin at maybe 10 p.m. getting a lap in.
I'm trying to think, is Eoin well lit? Well, it's okay.
It's not bad. The
The
lights do go out at, I don't know, maybe 9 or something, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
No, I think Simon and I have a couple of friends who are Eoin locals as well, and constantly they're doing all their sessions out there. So there must be something in the water in the water fountains there.
Yeah,
well, they just put my favourite water fountain out of use, so I'm hoping they bring it back.
Okay. Very good. We mentioned at the top the Ironman. So you went from swimming barely 100 meters to then, what are they? Is it a 4K swim, which is scary to think about in open water, no less. How was that, like, preparing for that, knowing that would probably be well and truly out of your comfort zone, on top of the running and the cycling, and possibly just the knowledge that you're going to be in the pain. You might be drowned, but you're also likely to be in the pain cave for a very, very long time.
It was very much starting from square one. I mean, in school, I never did well at swimming lessons. I thought the pool was too cold. I was keen to get out as fast as possible, and that didn't mean by getting to the other side fast. It was, try and make an excuse to get out of the swimming lessons.
Yeah.
By the way, are you asking for yourself, Chris? Are you going to sign up next year?
No, not yet. I'm currently only got 2 out of the 3 legs, so I need to improve my swimming before I make that commitment, mate.
Yeah. I mean, how did you sign up? Well, consider an Ironman in the first place? Because did you do a half Ironman, or you went straight into the full?
No, I went to the top, mate.
Yeah.
I did do a sprint in about October just to see how it all worked.
Yeah.
But the reason behind signing up, I thought I lost a bet with my cousin, but now going back through the messages, it was just a gentle push.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, he was doing it. I thought, let's give it a go. I'm probably as fit as I'll ever be. But then, like first half of this year, the pool was tough. So, probably figured I needed some help, and went and saw a guy that Alaric from Wolves recommended. His name is Paul. He's out at Claremont. He does video analysis of your stroke and breaks it down in real time. Like the pointers from that were game changer. Like I could work on the smaller things without being so overwhelmed. And then ended up joining Inglewood Masters, who mutual friend Dom Crouch goes down occasionally. And the coaches from that were amazing as well. So, but to be honest, like up until, day of, I was still shitting myself about the swim because the most I'd done in open water was maybe a little under 2.5. But finishing that swim was a big confidence builder. But like getting to the start line, anything could have happened. Like, I was probably definitely most concerned about drowning. So,
So the Rotto Channel swim is not off the cards next year, then?
Oh no, I don't know how people do that.
Yeah. So what was going through your mind doing the swim then, knowing that you had only done 2Ks worth of open swimming up until that point? So, like, was there, imagine there was a lot of anxiety and absolutely shitting yourself, but as you turned around the buoy going back to the coast, was there a bit of confidence to know that, you've done more than you've never done, and that it was getting close?
Yeah, 100%. Like, just needed to really like stay calm, get into just a consistent rhythm, try and like trick your mind into saying you're enjoying this. Goes a long way. And then just trying to count the rhythm in your head until you get to the next buoy, and then eventually you're going to turn the corner and come back into shore. So if you just try and block out all the external noise, you can really surprise yourself. So if anyone's considering it, just sign up for these things and figure it out.
Yeah, very good. Did you see any interesting marine life while you were out there?
Not that day, but in the lead up, saw a few stingrays, some nice schools of fish. But nothing crazy on the day. Saw a few fellas heading into the life rafts pretty early in the piece. So,
oh wow,
they must have had a worse time than me.
Yeah, for sure. I think the thing that, like, I've done a couple of sprints in the past, and the thing that is scary is like all those legs and arms kind of swimming around and in front of you. Like having done the sprint beforehand, was that kind of one of the goals to like see what the froth is like, amongst all those folks swimming out there?
Yeah, most definitely, just to get a feel for what do they call it, being in the washing machine. And like you can't avoid it. People are going to swim over the top of you. You're going to cop a straight elbow. But the trick is just to remain calm and go back to swimming your race.
Yeah, for sure. And how did you feel like your running fitness transitioned to the bike?
I don't really know if that's the direction it goes, but I've heard that cycling helps with the running. I don't know. I was feeling good in the first half and was hitting the pace I wanted to hit, but had a bit of a stack, and by that point I was just like, let's just slow down and get to the line. So
for sure. How far in were you when you had the fall?
Just before the first turnaround, so just under 90 Ks.
Oh wow.
But yeah, nothing crazy. Like it's probably good to get a bit of an adrenaline kick too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but get the ticker started again. And like in terms of your execution, like I don't recall what time you finished in. You want to share that with us, Bryan?
Yeah, happy to share it. 13 hours 18. I thought on a good day maybe I could get closer to 12, but that was probably being ambitious. But yeah, I mean, lots to learn or lots to improve on if I ever do it again. Never say never. But yeah, I'll put that to bed for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And like, how about nutrition wise? Like, did you have a plan going in? Had you spoken to a nutritionist, or did you kind of take your running knowledge and then apply that to the Ironman?
Yeah, kind of just used some of the same guidelines from Margaret River Ultra early in the year, transition that to same amount of time out for the day, and yeah, just try and hit the same carb targets. Probably didn't help that I forgot all my bottles for the bikes or for the bike. But yeah, the course and the nutrition on course is amazing. Like there's Morton gels all over the place. You can, if you had bottles, you can swap them out at so many points. So like 100 meters into the race, I could just grab bottles to chuck on the bike anyway. Like obviously it wasn't the Bix mix I probably would have liked having the bottle, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess one more thing on the Ironman. Like if running is one of those hobbies that you don't think is expensive when you're going into it, but you find out that it is, like how is triathlon comparatively?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Be prepared, guys. It's pricey. Like even just the entry ticket was, 4 figures. I'm very, very lucky that throughout the communities there were people willing to loan me gear or give it to me at a pretty good price. So yeah, if you can find people like that, it definitely helps.
I mean, I hear people try and consume or take as many Morton gels as possible to, I guess, make it worth. Yeah, but unsuccessfully.
Oh no! What was the last thing on my mind to fill my pockets with that stuff?
For sure. So yeah, you mentioned Margaret River Ultra. So that's obviously 80 kilometers and fairly intense. Last year you competed at Point to Pinnacle, which is I think is the highest elevation in a road half marathon in the world, if I'm not mistaken. So it's roughly 1,200 meters or something like that. And I remember Dan reporting on it at the time, or we reported on it, but Dan gave us that information, and it was an incredible performance. How was that experience for you compared to say something like Margaret River Ultra?
Oh, it's probably on scale for how hard they both were. Points to Pinnacle, like you don't get a break from the elevation; it's just up, 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 and the second half gets harder than the first. Found myself, stopped to a very slow walk at 16 Ks. The calves are just rocks. But like the event in itself is amazing. Like you're going up the side of a mountain with a view of Tassie to your right. It's beautiful. Like, I recommend anyone go do it, but just be prepared to battle.
Yeah, for sure. And a couple of weeks ago, you were at the TRC shop run, and we were having a chat, and you mentioned to me that maybe Point to Pinnacle would be a good training series for next year, which I think we've discussed it internally, and it does sound like a very good idea, given that there is the tie-in with Movember and other charities. So. Do you think you'll be doing it in 2026, or do you have any people you want to volunteer on your behalf?
No, I reckon we open it up to listeners of the podcast. I reckon I could find my way over there if I, clear some of my schedule. To be honest, I'm not very busy, so.
I feel like I've been on a training series, Chris. So it seems like it's either yourself or Vicky that needs to put their hand up for a training series debut.
Yeah, exactly. And why not pick the hardest one possible?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's move a different gear. I remember on Instagram you posted an image of I guess what can only be described as like a Jägermeister pack with several pieces of gear. I think there was like sunnies in there and lots of what appeared to be running paraphernalia with a Jägermeister logo on it. Now, I think I was talking shit with Chris and said, "Oh, I think Bryan is Jägermeister sponsored following your Sydney adventures." Um, Tell us a little bit about Sydney Marathon and your flat lay that comprised of a travel size Jaeger. Why did you choose Jaeger? And I can't remember if I asked Vicky this, but did you crack it at any point during the race?
I don't know. I've always liked to have a little bit of fun with the flat lays. Throw in something completely rogue. And I don't know. Jägermeister's pretty fun. It's delicious. But, drink responsibly and all that. Sydney actually went pretty well. Got my marathon PB there. Cut off about 6 minutes, I think. So, nice. No need to crack the Jaeger mid-race, but, save it for celebrations afterwards.
Beautiful. So you did crack the Jaeger eventually?
Yeah, I did crack it at the end with Mark Smyth. I caught up with him at the finish line, had a beer, and I had a Jaeger. But we should probably get to the bottom of that box, Chris. I'm not actually sponsored. It's just a little cheeky Instagram comp that somehow won. And they sent me sunnies and socks, so I'll put that in the running kit.
That's awesome. Well, look forward to the next flat lay and see what comes out of the box and onto the bed or the table or whatever it is that you're laying it out onto.
All right, so you've just completed the Ironman.
Yep.
So I'm aware that next up for you, unless there's something that pops up in between, is your first backyard ultra, which is Herdies, with the Wolves crew fundraising for Lifeline. Now, I'm trying to think, what is my question? What is your goal?
What is my goal?
For Herdies? I think as a collective, we're talking about, making it through to 24 hours.
Yep.
That seems like a fucking hard task, and I'm not too sure if I'm willing to go the full 24 hours. But what about yourself? Like, what is the goal for you for the backyard ultra?
Well, the end goal is going to be a DNF. So, pretty happy to get my first one of those.
Yeah.
I guess if everyone's saying 24 hours, then I'll try and set it at 30, set the goal a bit higher. So then, if you fall short of that, then maybe you just hit the 24 by chance anyway. But easier said than done. Really don't know what's in store. So, if anyone's got tips, send them our way. But if we're all trying to get to that 24, it's just going to give us a little extra boost. So, see how we go. And then, if everyone drops out at 24, I guess I'll go to 25.
Yeah, and win.
Very good. Win, but just flex a little bit,
Yeah, very good, very good. I know Chris and I were talking over the weekend about my performance and what Chris would do if I were to reach certain milestones. So I think Chris has revealed that. I don't know if you revealed this on the podcast or not.
I can't remember.
But something to the effect of he will eat a soft serve for every lap that I'll do. Wow. So the OG story was hitting 14? 14 soft serves?
I think I ate 14 soft serve cones in one sitting once at a McDonald's in Morley.
Oh gosh.
Which, you can imagine played havoc on my stomach, but I enjoyed every lick. So I'm hoping that I'll have 24 soft serve cones to digest in the next, in March sometime. Yeah.
One sitting, do you reckon? Or,
over the course of an hour. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And then, because I know you were revealing the technique for consuming the soft serve.
It's a shame we're not recording video, Simon, because
I'm sure you could describe the technique.
Any ideas, Bryan, how I might tackle it?
I can just scoop it into a bowl, get a big straw. But I don't want to go down
that seems rational.
Well, let me for the listeners and for Brian's sake, he's got the visual cue here so he can see. But you can imagine I'm holding the cones in one in each hand. I place the cones. Basically, I like to have a flake in the center of one of them, so that one goes into the other, and then that way I provide some kind of axis, like an axle for the rotisserie. Then I hold two cones together, and then like slowly rotate the ice cream along my tongue until the ice cream's all gone, and then eat the cones, rinse and repeat.
And 12 of them, 12 sets.
12 sets, 12 pairs. That's what it's all about. So I figured if I can do one of those every 5 minutes, then I should be easy to get it done in an hour's time. But yeah.
So anyway, that's my motivation to do 24 laps come March. Very good. Yeah, I just wanted you to tell that story. That was it. All right, well, stick with us, Brian. Actually, let's go to your training week. So it's probably been a bit of a deload. So what's your training week been like? I guess in the last week.
Oh mate, it's been intense. No, I've done fuck all, to be honest. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, I think Monday to Friday was get the minimum done, 3K runs, whatever pace. I think Monday and Tuesday were close to 7-minute Ks. By the end of the week, I think I'd just gone back under 6-minute Ks. Then Saturday, I rocked up to Wolves. I was hoping just to go for a light jog. Didn't sound like anyone else was keen, so just joined in the main group again and see how it went. So yeah, got through the 8Ks at I think we went a bit quicker than our normal 5:45 pace. Felt okay afterwards, which was good. And then Sunday, just another little 3K run because don't really want to overdo it right now.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, are you, with Herdies coming up, are you going to plan on doing a proper training block for something like Herdies, or is it going to be see how we go?
Yeah, I don't really know how to approach it. Are you thinking just volume?
Simon's going to run the track all summer and then hope that he can run 24 laps.
I was thinking of just doing 800 meters.
Oh yeah, just a few of
those. No, I don't know. I've been told by Haley, who we know mutually, that it is time on legs, and Vicky has mentioned time on legs, but I will not be doing that. I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe there's a bit of, if I was to do any training specific for it, it'd be trying to work out logistics more than anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, what would be the fastest lap I could do theoretically, and what would be my slowest, and then what could I squeeze in that rest recovery period before I need to make it to the start line. So I feel like using my easy days of Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be more geared towards logistics more than anything. Than any other training is my game plan at this point.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Well, I think if there is anyone with tips, please let us know. And I mean, I don't know if I will implement them, but I'll pass it on to Brian.
Yeah, we're a couple of lost boys here, so
yeah, definitely.
But the beauty of Eoin is 2 laps is about a yard, so I'll probably spend a bit more time there, reclaim some local legends, set the car up as an aid station, and figure it out as we go, I suppose.
Beautiful. All right, let's move over to you, Chris. How's your training week been?
It was good. I feel like I'm back running properly again. So the injuries seemingly gone away, or just was never there to begin with. So I ran 53 Ks this week, which has been good. I think I ran 5 days. I did 6 hours on the bike as well, and a couple of gym sessions. Didn't really do much in terms of intensity. I did try to do a short kind of tempo workout on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. But I did that after having a big stir fry and a couple of beers. So then got out at about 8 p.m. and it probably wasn't ideal to be running with some level of intensity for the first time in 8 weeks. So it didn't go as it can go as well as you think it would. But and then I probably didn't do much in terms of focused like interval training for the rest of the week. But I did have to train my sphincter on Saturday night after I again I had a nice big lunch and got out for a run and I was on the brink for about 2.5 kilometers of. I was going to be a one of those people that you see on someone's security camera, like in someone's front yard. And I think I saw you last night, Simon, and I tried to describe how I looked as I was running up my street. But it was like I was wearing leather chaps and like a cowboy. But no, fortunately, I didn't have. I did stop over at several site toilets at random construction sites on the way home. None of them had paper, so fortunately I made it back to my house. Although when I walked in the door and Maddie saw the horror on my face, she was like, "What's wrong?" And I said,
"Move out of the way.
Get out the way."
Very good, mate. Very good. So so potentially a session this coming week. That's the game plan.
I think so. I think last week I said I wouldn't do any sessions until after Christmas, but I feel like I'm now in a position where my legs are feeling good. There's springs in my step when I'm running.
Good.
And yeah, I've got no awareness or anything. So yeah, obviously the gym's been working. I'll start with some short sessions this week, and then we'll see what happens from there. But nothing to focus on in the long or in any term, really. It's just purely just start to build up from nothing and see where we land in the next kind of 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I know we talked about Transcend being this goal ages away in August. I guess if all goes to plan over the next month or so, are you thinking ahead about potential races to sort of motivate you to aim for, or too soon?
No, not really. I did say, like, before I got injured, that HBF would be a nice one to target for a half marathon, but I don't know where I'm going to be at in May. So I guess I don't typically race unless I feel like I want a PB on something. So I should race more often, but yeah, I just will see how we go. Maybe it'll be a case of racing to fitness kind of thing over the next kind of few months at the start of the year, and start with some 10Ks and stuff like that, and then just see what happens. But not really. I mean, again, Transcend's just an experience, or more than anything. So I won't be training too specifically for it beyond doing some runs out in the hills and stuff. But just see how it goes.
Yeah, easy.
How about you, mate?
Yep, we did. What did I do? 75 Ks in the last week. I think I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that I feel like workout sessions have generally been in the bin. So although I'm enjoying track, I feel like my recovery post a race on a Friday kind of screws me over in terms of hitting paces or anything like that. And maybe in a way it's not a bad thing to just ignore pace and just hone in on effort. So I think when I obsess over paces, and maybe, doing track has given me a false sense of what my paces should be, and then I overcook myself in the first couple and then blow up and have a terrible time. So I think my learning over the last week has been very much of, fuck the paces, just go by what I think the effort should be, and hopefully that'll be okay. But yeah, Tuesdays was 10 by 90 seconds with a 45-second sort of jog recovery up and down Lenore after school drop-off. It was pretty warm. I think it's just starting to get warm, and I'm not able to get out early enough, so sort of suffering in the heat a little bit. And then Thursday, I think Thursdays, if I'm not doing track, I'm doing hills of some sort. So it's alternating between Kings Park or Bold Park, some sort of psycho variation that Tina gives me. So this week was Green Mile, but not the full one, just the bottom. And then instead of a easy jog down, it's keeping things relatively hard. So a steady jog down and then repeat a couple of times. So I think I wrote 3, but it was actually six lots of half a green mile with a steady jog down. So it was getting relatively spicy towards the end, and then the sprinklers were on, so it probably wasn't a bad thing. Actually, it was probably difficult in terms of getting my footing and not stacking it, but it was a lot of relief because it was quite hot and humid Thursday morning. But last couple of weeks, been doing a lot of, I know you were doing a bit of tiling during the Gold Coast build, but the last couple of weeks for me has been painting and gardening and getting my house ready for sale. So we had bulk collection earlier this week, and in moving a deck chair, I tweaked something in my back earlier this week. So probably giving me a bit of grief. So I was actually about to bail on the Thursday workout, but after the warm up, it was okay. And then Sunday was the 4K Olympics. So I was meant to have a session on Saturday, but changed the session to the Sunday instead. So it was 2 by 15 minutes at threshold, but with the 4K sort of doing that effort and then whatever I could muster post race. So I managed to do sort of a tempo type 15-minute run post Founders, but it was pretty hot by then. So although I said tempo is probably threshold effort by the end of it, but all in all, really good. I think if I ignore paces, it's been a good week. I think it's still very much a new stimulus and adjustment period, getting used to increased intensity, strength and conditioning, which I'm not used to yet, and all that sort of stuff. And it's the end of the year. It's been a big year, so pretty buggered as well. So I'm just trying to get through it. And I've got the 5,000 meters this Friday. See how we go on the track.
Yeah, awesome. Have you got any aspirations for that on the track, mate? Do you know if you're going to be racing against 12-year-olds or not?
No, I think I find out on Thursday if I'm versing 12-year-olds. It's going to be a fucking late race. I think it's like 8:30 or 8:45 on a Friday. So it's going to be a late one. I think Sinead mentioned it last week. I think they try and combine the genders together. So I don't think many kids do 5,000 meters, and knowing that it's 8:30, it's past their bedtime. So it might be, a couple of people roughly my age group, or at least only half my age as opposed to a third of my age. But I did just register just before the record. I've put down 17:50, which may be a sandbagging time potentially, but I have unofficially run sub 18, not officially. So would like to get an official sub 18 done first, and then kind of use that as a benchmark for, the community run in a month's time. So I think Founders, although it was okay, it wasn't the effort or pace that I was hoping to achieve, and that sort of changed my confidence a little bit heading to Friday, but acknowledged that Sunday was pretty hot.
Yeah, definitely. It was like 27, 28 degrees. So it was, bit of a stinker. And you kind of had that kind of easterly as well, which was like a northeasterly. So yeah, you've never really felt like you had the wind in your back probably to some degree. So it was a tough run, but I enjoyed calling you an interesting name on the sidewalk as I cycled past you that I probably won't repeat on the podcast, but it began with C, if anyone was interested to know.
Yeah. I think you just whispered. I barely heard it, so it's fine. Yeah. You probably should have yelled it.
Yeah. I was worried because I don't think anybody knew who I was. There were people who thought I was the lead bike, and then there were people who thought that I was just some guy who was being a pest on the side. So I was wary not to make too much of a scene. And then when I got to the turnaround, I saw Dan, so I was chatting to him, and then realised quickly after having chatted to him and he was about to take off that I needed to gun it back to watch you finish. And I wasn't sure what position you were in, because with that race, you don't know if anyone who's doing the 8, who's doing the 4.
Yeah,
so I got to the end, but that probably brings us to the results for Sunday.
Yeah.
We can go through that. So I might start with the 8K, the premier event, and so the men,
What?
the men's
What's 8K? Don't worry about it.
the men's 8K was won by Santiago Pedro in 27:10, and followed by Thomas Chapman in 28:01, and then Jamison Hick, friend of the show, 28:49. I'm sure James Payne was in there somewhere, but did he pull out late or?
In the results, he came fourth, so he was leading, so it must have faded. I did speak to him just before the race started, and he said that the heat's been killing him. So I think he went out front pack, but must have faded, and I think he was only a second behind Jameson, so just missing out.
Yeah, interesting. So I guess it's good to see James back in town, but yeah, obviously having lived in the UK for now, 12 to 18 months, is probably not really used to the heat wave. So tough conditions for anyone out of the UK. The women's was won by Lauren French in 31:45, which was probably part of her long run. Alice Wicks came in second in 33:28, and then Carolee Hatch in 33:37. The women's 4K was won by Emily Murray in 16:15, followed by Rebecca De Cinque in 17:03, and then Sue Zine in 18:21. Finally, the championship race, the 4K for you, Lan Nguyen came in 14:34 in third, followed by Drew Langford in 14:26, and finally a top of podium position for Simon Pham in 14:22. Let's go! Yeah. Thanks for leading in the clap there, Bryan.
Very good. Yes. Let me recap this very short race that was done in 14 minutes. So I didn't know how to... Actually, no, I did know how I wanted it to go. I think the plan was to go at 325s. I knew it was going to be fucking hot. And I got there early to do... So the session was meant to be 20-minute warm-up, 2 by 15 minutes, and then 20-minute cool down. So sort of using the 4K as the first rep, but putting a decent effort in it. The plan was perhaps to try and go out at what I was hoping to go out at the 5,000 meters this coming Friday. So 325s to 330s was the plan. And then, like you said, you don't know who's doing the 8K and the 4K. So I wasn't too phased at the people that just shot off, but very quickly you could feel that northeasterly sort of heading at you, like the headwind. So I made a decision at the start to ignore Lan and I's plan and basically chase that front group to hopefully sit behind them, and then hopefully the effort just felt easy. But yeah, it was too quick and it was hot and my mouth dried up very quickly, and I knew that you were next to me whispering profanities in my ear, but I kind of didn't really pay too much attention to what you had said. I think I ignored you the entire time. I think first K was 328 and that was really fast. I think I went faster. I think first 500 must have been 320s, and then I actually slowed down quite a bit. And then second K before, I wasn't really looking at my watch, but it ended up being a 340 when I saw Dan. I can't remember what Dan said to me, but kind of gave me a lift at the turn and tried to push a little bit further. But yeah, it was kind of hard. Like the effort felt pretty hard. I think the last 2Ks were 335s. And then at that point, I just wanted to beat our mate Lan. At that point, that was it. Like I didn't really want to push for a faster time, just wanted to get it done. And I think if it wasn't for who was overtaking me at that time, like Russell Paul, Piero Moraro, kind of overtook me roughly at that time. So I kind of just tagged along Piero towards the end, and that kind of got me to the finish more than anything. So yeah, 14:22. I don't think that was faster. I think that was slower than my time last year. So a little bit disappointing about that. But I guess overall pretty happy with the effort, and I still did a 15-minute effort afterwards. So kind of got the workout done. Just hoped that, yeah, my fitness was a little bit better. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to really gauge where your fitness is at in those conditions. It's probably not a true reflection. So,
True. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. I mean, yeah, City Beach Cup's pretty a nice event organised by the Marathon Club. You get a bit of a breakfast feed, and a lot of people stayed around to head to the beach afterwards. So it was a good morning. I think kudos to people that just commits to dressing up in the fucking heat. Like there was a guy in an inflatable Santa costume that would have been a fucking shit time, and I think he did the 8K as well, like not even the 4K. So really committed to the proper distance and not the children's race. So yeah, no, kudos to everyone who kind of committed to the occasion. So it was really nice.
There were heaps of runners too. I don't remember there being that many runners last year, but it seemed like pretty good numbers. Like the number, like as I finished talking to Dan and then was heading back to you, there was still people who had just gone through like the first 800 meters, and there was like a long stretch of people, pretty continuous. So no, it's good to see. It's a great event, and I think just wish the conditions were slightly better.
Yeah.
What can you ask for in December though?
Yeah, mid-December. Doesn't really matter. But I think like it's good. Like I'll continue to do the kids race because I think it's just. I think we've always used it as because we've always trained for a 5K this time of year, so it's kind of good to test out 5K effort and see what it's like. I think arguably people also do the 8K to test out their 10K efforts as well. So it's a weird distance, right? 4Ks and 8Ks, but I think the intention of people using it as a training run is not a bad one.
Definitely.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Zatopek quickly. So that was over the weekend. So at the pointy end, we had Lauren Ryan taking out the win in 32.06 in the women's race. I think you've got here because I think you did watch the stream that Lauren just sat on Leanne Pompiani for most of the race and just kicked it towards the end. Which is kind of textbook Lauren. So good for her to take the win. And then in the men's race, we had Seth O'Donnell going sub 28 in 27.59. And he kind of just led from the start. And yeah, a lot of the big names that tried to follow suit couldn't keep up with him. So good on Seth for getting the job done. But we had some WA runners in the under 20s women's race. So we had Madeline Taylor coming 12th in a time of 10 minutes, 12 seconds. And then in the men's under 23,000 meter race, we had Tom Cross coming 17th in 8:35.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of kids or when I say kids, people under the age of 20, but heaps of people in those races. So yeah, it's thick and fast, and there's a good opportunity for those guys to go over there and race people from the eastern states, which is obviously more depth. So that's awesome.
Very good.
Hey, Bryan, do you ever run much track, mate, or have you done in the past?
Nah, never in my life. Maybe a race at high school, but nah. How is it? How are the spikes on your feet, Simon?
It's not bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Because I was very conscious of the fact that I've got pretty wide feet and trying to fit myself in very narrow shoes, yet alone spikes, was going to be troubling. But it's actually been pretty good. But I've done only an 815. I thought the 15 might have caused some issues, but yeah, so technically the recovery's been good. It's just when I hit those VO2 type paces, it's been disappointing, like feeling like I'm getting very lactic very quickly. But during the race itself, it's been really good. And the next day has been fine as well. So yeah, look, I would encourage you to jump in on a track race if you're into doing hard shit. Actually, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Like it's easy. It's easy. It's over very quickly. I feel like that's the only hard thing. Like I feel like the only thing, actually, the biggest thing that is motivating me in track is you've got you can't afford to make a mistake because your race is over. Whereas I feel like when you do a longer race, like whether it's a half, like even a 10K, 10K half marathon or above, you could have a lot of adversity or mistakes, but still have a net good experience overall because you've got time to adjust your expectations. But I feel like in track, you make a mistake and in a way it's all over, right? Because you either blow up or, you've either gone too hot or, not quick enough, and you sort of pay a bit of a price, which although there's an initial disappointment, it does motivate you to go again. And because it's so short, the recovery time is pretty quick. So yeah, like I've technically told Tina this, but I've signed up for a couple of more track races over the summer in the new year. Because it's pretty addicting. And you kind of know, like doing the 800 and 1500, I could technically go quicker if I pace it right. So I'll be giving it a go a couple more times.
Yeah, cool. Maybe I'll get into it. Maybe look at masters rather than racing with kids, though.
Beating the elderly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you're doing wrong, man.
Yeah. Done.
Elder abuse. Yeah.
Bloody boomers, mate.
Yeah. All right, let's do upcoming events. So this Friday we've got Strive Program D. So that's 19th of December. So I'm doing the 5,000 meters. I think Sinead's doing the 5,000 as well, and a couple of listeners as well. So looking forward to seeing some of you there. I think the 800's also on that night. Then we've got the 6-inch trail marathon on Sunday the 21st. So it's probably the last long distance event for the year. And then we've got Parloaf Relay on Boxing Day. I think that starts at 9:30, so it's a late one, so potentially hot. So we'll see if Max Davidson and Jack Serrett defend their Parloaf crown on that day. And then into the new year, there's a couple of Strive meets, but we've also got the State 5,000 as well as the community run on the 24th of Jan.
Yeah, that might be a good opportunity to jump in on the track, Brian. It's pretty inclusive, I think. Good community vibe down there, and Simon and I have done it the last couple of years, and I think Vicky did it last year. So, and you don't have to wear spikes, which is the nice thing. So, maybe test the waters.
Yeah, cool. I'll come down for sure.
Beautiful. We are at this point in time to mention Simon Says, and I've got nothing. Do you have anything, Brian?
Oh, nah. Happy to, sit this one out.
Let's leave it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's leave it. There's nothing. Let's go straight to weapons, Chris.
Yeah, well, okay. If there are any weapons, Brian, feel free to jump on the back of this when I get through these. But I saw, Liam Kamudu, he ran Frankfurt Marathon a couple of months back now, ran 2:29, ran incredible debut. He's over in the UK at the moment. On the weekend, he ran 31:14 net time at the Telford 10K, which I think is like at a minute PB. And that's kind of like out northwest of Birmingham. It looked as though, like, I checked the results, he came 96th. For that time. So I think the winner came in at 28:53, and between 28:53 and 31:14 there were another 94 runners. So that is an incredibly stacked race, and just goes to show how popular distance running is in the UK versus here. But no, that's awesome stuff, Liam. Really excited. Did have a brief chat with him about what his goals might be for 2026. I won't share them on the podcast because it's not my business to share, but very excited to see what he might get up to next year. I noticed Owen Smyth of the Easy Double podcast went for his long run on Sunday and took a photo of his breakfast pre-run. It just so happened to be a canned rice pudding, which seems to me like he's outing himself as a bit of a doomsday prepper, and he's a big fan of the war rations over in Ireland. So hopefully something a bit more appetizing next week for the run, Owen. And finally, at the Founders Cup, saw a lot of people, like as you mentioned, Simon, people dressed in inflatable costumes, but I think we mentioned Miss Wills from Miata's school. She was also dressed up in big present boxes. So, yeah, kudos to... remind me her first name, Simon?
Brearley.
Brearley, that's correct. Yeah, Brearley making it 2 weapon nominations in the space of about 4 weeks. So all positive outcomes this week, nothing negative on my behalf. Bryan, did you have anything to add to the list, mate?
Yeah, I got a couple, but yeah, you were a salty boy the other week. I thought that was quite out of character. Yeah, I'll shout out the couple of pub runners that had the beer mile on the weekend. Maybe I should put this in the results. Heath Shepherdson, I think he won. He's done the three-peat. And Peter Moore took out the females. I think she went back-to-back as well.
Wow.
And I'll give a special shout out to my mate Craig. He's from Bunbury, but he's been living in Tasmania for a bit. So on the weekend they had the Greenvale Backyard Ultra.
Right.
Second year he's run it. He normally has a beer every lap or something. So I think he got to 15 yards.
Holy smoke.
Oh, shit.
He finished one of his laps dressed as Borat and smashed a Jaeger bomb. So, yeah, shout out Craig.
Craig sounds like an amazing individual.
He's a great fella. Like, his Instagram page is hilarious. I think it's Craig's Cans. He's always getting up to unusual stuff. Like, he'll go to the Pilbara, live off nothing but nuts, and still try and run up mountains.
Oh, wow. Oh, we'll have to share his Instagram page in the show notes, I think.
Yeah,
sure. Let me run it by him first. But
yeah. Probably a good idea. Yeah. Probably a good idea. Yeah, good idea. I guess talking about beer mile, like, what would you consider to be a respectable time for an amateur doing a beer mile? Just asking for a mate.
Interesting. I reckon, like, if you can go around the 8-minute mark, that's pretty decent.
8-minute mark.
I can't scale beer for shit. Like, I come close to vomiting every time, so I'm normally nowhere near the front of these races. I've only done it a couple of times, but yeah, it's tough.
It's tough, yeah. And are you a purist in that if you do yak, it's a DNF, or are you more of a lenient penalty run if you do yak?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the penalty run.
Okay, fair enough. Yep. Not so much a purist. I feel like when we talked about the beer mile months ago, we got a lot of hate from the Bunbury pub runners around our inability to understand the rules properly. So just wanted a different perspective. So thank you for sharing it.
I'm going to get cancelled now, though.
Yeah, that's
we're cool, guys. We're cool.
Yeah.
Hey, looking at just for reference though, like Corey Belmore is the world record holder for the men's. He's got 4 minutes 27 seconds, and Shelby Houlihan, who is an Olympian no less, she's got the women's.
Is she the drug cheat?
She might be. Yeah.
Put a star next to that one.
Yeah. True. Well, maybe that was in the burrito. Shelby Houlihan with a time of 5:43. So, yeah, pretty rapid running around a track with a tummy full of beer. But 15 beers and 15 yards is, I think, way more impressive, Craig. So, yeah, good shout, Bryan. And that's an unbelievable effort.
Yeah, no, speechless, absolutely speechless. All right, well, thanks for joining us, Bryan. Thank you for joining us for what is going to be our second last episode for the year. But all the best. I'm sure we'll see you very soon. You're at most of our community runs, so no, appreciate being the avid listener of the podcast. And all the best for Herdies next year.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been heaps of fun. And yeah, all the best to you. See you there.
Awesome. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for joining me, mate. Our Instagram is at WRunningPod. Our email address is wrunningpodcast@gmail.com, and our Strava group is Warp. Thanks for joining us for our second last episode of the year. We'll see you next week on the WA Running Podcast. See ya.
Party time.
I feel like I've got nothing to share in terms of an outro anecdote.
Next week will be a big one.
Big one, yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Bryan.